people. This is all us. You were there in the beginning, man. Who kicked this thing off, man?
So, all right. So first of all, you know, as people of color, you know, they push a lot of powers that be push a lot of agendas off on us and have us believing certain things that aren't historically true. Like, all Black people do not come from Africa. This planet was a Black planet. And that's why if you search the ancestry of every ethnic group of people outside of Black people, they got Black people in their damn history. You know what I mean? So we was all over the place, including the Americas. And that in fact, California has the oldest Black Native American population thing in history. The Khalifians, that's where the name California actually comes from.
Yeah, the Khalifians, you know, shout out to my homeboy, man, Tariq Nasheed. He told me that. I just learned that maybe about a month ago.
Okay, all right, yeah. And so, you know, when it started, you know, obviously there's Black Spanish-speaking people, just like there's non-Black Spanish-speaking people, right? And so it's hard to distinguish, you know, who's who at a party if everybody's Black, right? So with regards to Latins in the beginning, Latins, they were there, you know, they were there in the beginning, but there weren't a lot of Latins at the jams in the 70s, because during that time, Blacks and Puerto Ricans, we ain't really rock together like that. You know, if you saw Blacks and Puerto Ricans hanging out together, usually it was because the Puerto Ricans were outcasts from their culture or shunned from their culture, you know, or maybe had some family issues and didn't rock with their people for a little while, and Black culture resonated with them to some degree, so they had Black friends, but that wasn't the norm, at least not in my hood. You know? And you know, throughout, I traveled all over the Bronx. There was no part of the Bronx that I didn't go, or that, you know, or that we couldn't go because that territory was, you know, was too dangerous or whatever. Even like there was a Little Italy in the Bronx in the 70s. And if you was Black and you walked through Little Italy, even in the daytime, like you was taking your life in your own hands. You know what I mean? And that was walking distance from my hood. But if we wanted to go to the shopping area that wasn't far from our hood and we was walking, that's how we got there. You know what I mean? So, but so to answer your question, the Puerto Ricans, they were there, but and you know, the Caribbean people, Jamaicans, you know, Haitians, you know, Colombians, all of the people that are there now were probably there in the beginning, but they were not practitioners. They were onlookers. They were spectators. They were watching, observing, and learning to be practitioners eventually. They were not the innovators. We were the innovators. You know what I mean?
You was there, man. I don't think nobody can argue that, because you were actually there.
Yeah, we influenced them, and then afterwards they took the torch and they ran with it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
what do you think about this debate that's going on right now?
Well, I'm actually a part of it on the side of you know, the young Black America, because I was there, and there are a contingency of people like Fat Joe, KRS-One, Pete Rock, Crazy Legs, from the Rocksteady crew, respectfully, you know, they're all my legendary brothers. I have love and respect for all of them. But with regards to the statements that they're making about the history of our culture, they are incorrect. And, you know, some people have an issue with being corrected. They take that very personally. And, you know, my legendary brother, Lord Jamar, asked, you know, publicly if we could have, you know, a little round table discussion to clear the air, you know, put the animosity, you know, aside and just have a grown man discussion amongst the hip hop community to correct our history, because it's our history. And if we don't tell it right, you know, somebody else gonna tell it, you know? So there's a lot of urban legends, you know, and embellishments going on about the history of the culture and how it started. And, you know, I don't like to get into the habit of calling any of my legendary brothers and sisters liars. So I'll say that, you know, perhaps some of them, some of their memory is failing in there, you know.
Yeah, it could be that their memories, you know, getting a little jaded, man, and we ain't here to start no kind of drama or nothing like that, man. Because I do think that hip hop is all, you know, music is for everybody to enjoy. But when it comes to telling those origin stories, we got to have the facts correct.
Right. OriginieSounds. Bang, bang, receipt gang.
Showtime.